picture this. You're on the brink of buying your first website. It's going to give you passive income and an asset that you can grow. But how did you end up here? What did you have to do? What did you have to avoid? How did you go from zero to hero owning your own website? If you want to see the blueprint for how you can go from zero to hero, then tap the like button and let's get into it. And by the way, thank you for hitting the like button. It means a lot and I really do appreciate it. You're about to get your first step in the blueprint to buying your website. But if you're really worried about picking the wrong website, then stick around for the final step. All right, here's the deal. If you want to buy a profitable website, it's important to have a repeatable process. Like say you wanted to get fit, put on some muscle or whatever, and you know you need to go to the gym, right? But say you just go to the gym and have no clue what to do, no plan. You're there just wandering around aimlessly. Look at all these weights. What do I do? Starting out looking for a profitable website to buy is like that. You're like, okay, I want to buy a website, but what do I do? Having a systematic approach to due diligence is what you do. It's a game changer. It's like having a roadmap that guides you through the whole process, ensuring you cover all the bases every time you look at a website. Like when you actually sit down to work, you'll know what you're working on. This could include a checklist of key metrics to evaluate, a template for financial analysis, and a set of questions to ask the seller of the website. By standardizing your process, you can quickly identify red flags and make informed decisions. Not crazy decisions, but informed decisions. Can a simple checklist actually work? Yes. Checklists are deceptively simple tools that give you power. They provide a clear roadmap for complex tasks, ensuring that nothing vital is overlooked. Surgeons and pilots, professionals in fields where precision is paramount, they use checklists. They rely on checklists to maintain high standards of safety and efficiency. These checklists are not just mere to-do lists. They're carefully crafted guides that ensure every critical step is executed correctly. If you're freaking out about how to know which website is good to buy, then a repeatable process is your friend. The systematic approach significantly reduces the risks and errors and complications that inevitably could come up. Similarly, pilots use checklists for pre-flight inspections, emergency procedures, and landing protocols, ensuring the safety of the crew and the passengers. If such intricate and high-stakes professions can be streamlined with checklists, it should be obvious that due diligence for online businesses can benefit from a similar approach. It ensures that every critical aspect of the business is scrutinized, reducing the risk of you overlooking potential red flags that can cause you to buy a lemon. We don't want that. A good due diligence checklist, it focuses your attention, making the complex tasks of buying a profitable website business more manageable and reliable for you. All right, we'll get back to the next way that you can go from zero to hero for buying a profitable website. But I want to ask you, what's your biggest problem when it comes to buying a website? In other words, when you complain about buying a website, what are you complaining about? Let me know in the comments below. The fastest way to not being a zero when it comes to buying a website is to just start. Start doing due diligence on a website business. Newsflash, if you're looking to buy a business, you have to look at lots of businesses so that you start learning what makes a good business to buy. What are the common risks? Are those risks just something to be aware of, or are they real deal killers? To get a sense of what's important and not important, you have to do due diligence lots of times. Doing due diligence is important because this is the work that you actually do to find your online business to buy. Due diligence is just looking at a business for the purpose of weighing its value. It includes looking for risk and understanding how a business works. For example, who's the audience for this business? What's their problem? What does this business offer that audience? How do they deliver that offer? A lot of people complain about doing due diligence, and it makes sense, right? It's work. Due diligence isn't an accident of finding a business. It's essential. If you don't do due diligence over and over again, how will you ever be confident enough to buy a website business? Here's another idea for you to consider. Due diligence isn't just about inspecting a specific online business, but it's also about giving you knowledge, training you to be someone who can see a solid business with little risk, knows the worth of a business so that you don't overpay, or worse, buy a lemon. Think of due diligence as your safety net. It's not just about ticking boxes. It's about really understanding what you're getting into. For example, you'll want to dive into the website's traffic sources? Is it all coming from a single channel, or is it nicely diversified? A one-trick pony can be a risky bet. And don't forget about the technical side. Are there hidden issues that could turn your dream purchase into a nightmare? Now, don't worry, you don't have to be a technical whiz. It's like buying a car. You wouldn't just look at the paint job, right? You check under the hood. Every business for sale is different, and you have to know its specific risks. If you type in websites for sale, you will find a million of them. Each and every one has risks, and those risks are not obvious. And because there are a million sites for sale, you need a way to filter down to the good ones so that you don't create a situation where you're endlessly searching for a million years. So that's why you need to download our due diligence framework. It takes you step by step doing your own work to inspect the risks and opportunities that are in content websites. And as you use it, you'll become sharper at inspecting websites and then be able to save time as you become more skilled. So go to the description below and download the due diligence framework right now. Quote, it's waiting that helps you as an investor, and a lot of people just can't stand to wait. If you didn't get the deferred gratification gene, you've got to work very hard to overcome that, end quote. All right, that quote was from, or is from, Charlie Munger. He was a billionaire investor and partner to Warren Buffett, another billionaire. Both of these guys bought lots of businesses, so they know what they're talking about. Right now, I want to tell you, when you're doing your due diligence or trying to buy a business, don't rush. I mean, where's the fire, right? Like, don't get hung up on that it took you a long time to do your first couple due diligences. That's the way it is for everybody. It took you 3 days to look at one website. So what? It doesn't matter. And then don't get hung up on if it's been like a week and you haven't found a website to buy yet. This due diligence phase is going to take time. How long should this take? A day, a week, longer? Finding a profitable website that gives you passive income, that takes time. So you should set some realistic expectations for yourself. Realistic expectations could be, I will look at one website every week, or whatever it is for you that you're able to do or willing to do. If you look at 10 websites, you're closer than if you've looked at none. It's not about the time, it's about the work that you've put in. How many businesses have you DD'd? And then when you do find what appears to be a good website, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of finding a website that seems perfect. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. Take your time to analyze the data and understand the business model. It's better to miss out on a deal than to rush into a bad one. Overpaying piggybacks off rushing. Overpaying is a common trap, especially in heated bidding wars. But keep your cool and stick to your valuation. It's like going to an auction with a maximum bid in your mind. Once you hit that limit, it's time to walk away. Remember, the goal is to find a website that will provide a solid return on investment, not just to win the bidding war. Think of it as a strategic chess move, not a game of chance. A lot of sites you will see will be on auction, and you'll be tempted to go nuts. People lose their minds when they're in an auction. We all do it. It's just human nature. So don't go nuts, my friend. You'll overpay for a site. They say, quote, the profit is in the purchase, end quote. And that's true. I'll say it again. They say the profit is in the purchase. If you want to make such and such profit, the more you pay, the more you have to earn back before you've made your profit. Hopefully all this is fixing in your mind. Don't overpay. Don't do it. If you think a business is worth $50,000 US, then you really shouldn't be paying more for it. Warren Buffett had this to say about auctions and overpaying. In an auction, it's easy to get caught up in the moment and overpay for something. You have to know when to walk away. He then goes on to say, you don't have to swing at everything. You can wait for your pitch. So great words of wisdom for us there. I want to buy a website, but it has to be about dogs. Caution. That quote can be dangerous. Here's why. While it's tempting to dive into a niche you're passionate about, passion alone won't pay the bills. It's crucial to balance your interests with the website's financial health. A niche might be trendy, but if it's not profitable, it's not worth your investment of money. Sometimes the best opportunities lie in unexpected niches, in unexpected places. It's really common for people new to buying a website to be really preoccupied about the niche. I don't know anything about that niche, so I can't buy it, is what you'll hear. And saying that or thinking or believing that, it keeps them from otherwise good deals. Or, I only want to buy a website in this X niche and miss out, and then those people will miss out on loads of financially solid sites. Now, everybody's situation and preferences are different, but I'm simply saying consider that niche doesn't have to drive your due diligence process. In fact, the best businesses that our clients have bought were really based on the specifics of that business, its risks, its value. And niche would not have been helpful to consider. It's already hard enough to find a low-risk online business at a good price. So why add niche as another factor? Unless you have a really good reason for it. The final way that you can go from zero to hero and own your own profitable website is to learn from others. There's so much wisdom to be gleaned from the experiences of others. Whether it's a success story or a cautionary tale, each one offers valuable insights. For instance, right now you're watching one of our YouTube videos. Thank you. We have so many more YouTube videos that you can watch. I bet if you have a question about buying a profitable website that gives you passive income, then we have a video on it. Yeah, our YouTube channel, gosh, our podcast has loads of success stories of people just like you who've bought a profitable online business. Have a listen. These stories should be very, very interesting to you. If you want to buy a profitable website, then aren't you interested in how others have achieved the same thing? Engage with online communities. We have the Bob Facebook group where everybody has the same goal as you, buying a profitable website. You can go on there and see all the questions that have been asked, the hot tips of what's working, like where people are finding deals. Very valuable. Hey YouTube watcher, what's up? It's William Griffin. And if you have watched this video up until now, please smash that like button. And I'm glad you're liking the video. And also, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching this whole video. I love that you've done that. Thank you. And I hope you're doing super well today. I also want to ask you, please consider subscribing because my commitment and exploration on YouTube is about to explode. More stories, polls, more amazing content, more engagement, more surprise and delight for you. This is the time to subscribe. I hope you consider it, and I hope I see you on the next video.